Hey there, truckers and trekkies. So this week we're back on Migos. You know how I am with Migos. Gonna make a customized Nurse Chapel because Migo has never gotten around to making one. So, let me show you what we've got. And I'm gonna have to post these down in the doobly doo below because it's been a while and I don't remember where I got certain things. I know I got the head off of eBay. I think it was. Oh, I can't remember which seller. Look down below. I will link it down below. The dress, the female body, the black bodysuit, and the boots. I all got from the the same website. Again, it's been so long I can't remember. And then I made a foil. So I used foil tape to make the badge. So what we're going to focus on at the moment is the painting the head. Which for that, it's not going to take a lot of different paints. One of the big things for this is I'm going to show you a little trick that I do for getting blonde hair to look more realistic. And the trick of it is that you don't use yellow. You start with a metallic gold, just like this. We're going to take, let me get my paintbrush here. And we are going to just cover. And I have already base coated this. Actually, let me real quick get the inside of the hair here. There we go. I did a base coat with a primer. There we go. A gray primer. Which this is a 3D printed head, and most of the 3D printed heads don't really need a primer, but it is useful. It does just kind of help the paints grab hold a little bit better. So like I said, I just want to get this gold paint all over the hair, because what's going to happen is we're going to do a series of dry brushes over the gold that will make it look more like realistic blonde hair, so that when the light catches it, the gold will peek out from underneath and give it that sort of shimmer that realistic blonde hair has. Now, of course, one thing that's a bit of a trick with Nurse Chapel is that during the original series, the actress that played Nurse Chapel, Majel Barrett, she was naturally a brunette. So she was wearing a blonde wig, and it was one of those platinum, almost like white wigs. It was so light colored. Now I want to take and get some of this overspray onto the skin, cleaned up just a little bit. There we go. That's okay if we get it on there, because we're about to cover it up. This is my wet palette. The way that a wet palette works is I've got sponges underneath here, that are soaked with water. Well, not soaked, they're just saturated. They're not, it's not pouring out. And then you take a piece of paper, set it on top, you put your paints on there, which this here is a mix of flat flesh and skin tone. And then over to the side, I've got some flat red, which is what we're going to use. We're going to use these as the undertones for the skin. But the nice thing about making a wet palette like this is that it preserves the paint longer while you're working. And I'm just gonna paint everything with this, because like I said, this is gonna be the undercoat, because after that is dry, we'll go back over it with my homemade flesh color, and while you won't really see this paint coming through, you'll realize the effects of it, and that'll make more sense later on, because I'm going to take that flat red now, and I'm going to mix a little bit of it with my other two tones in order to really just saturate her cheek here. In the pinkish tone, pinkish skin tone. So that what will happen is it'll actually bleed through the top coat and make it look like blush on the skin. This is a sort of a makeup trick. And then I am going to go ahead and do a layer on the lips, of which I'm not too worried about making them pretty. Got a little bit of a clown aesthetic going on at the moment. Let me do that. There we go. Now then, I'm going to set this aside to dry, because this is still pretty wet at the moment. It'll take about 10-15 minutes for this to get nice and dry, and then we'll move on to the next part of painting. Okay, so got my headlamp on because I'm going to start needing it at this point. And next thing we're going to do is the whites of the eyes. I've got this fine point brush, and I'm just gonna, what I call raccoon, the whites of the eyes on. Like that. Because when that is dry, we'll come back in with the flesh tone and give that a good clean line around it. But for the moment, I'm going to grab a paper towel here, and this is the color I have made for her hair. It is a combination of tan and unbleached white to give us this nice pale color. Now I'm going to take, and I've got an old makeup brush that the bristles are semi-firm. I'm going to get that on the brush, and I'm going to get as much of it off of it, like that. And then we're going to just brush over the top of all that gold. And if you can see, what's happening is the top surface is becoming that brownish color, that whitish brownish color, while the underside is maintaining that gold shimmer. And that's looking really good. And you see how the gold is catching the light just enough. That's what I'm looking for. And that really finishes the hair. I might, I'm debating, go back with a dark wash just to catch some of the recesses in the hair and give it a little bit of depth, but that's all we're going to do for the hair as far as I'm concerned. So next we will wait for the white of the eyes to dry. Then we will do the color in the eyes, which I'm going to use this metallic blue, this color shifting metallic blue that it's called Blue Flash. In fact, I can probably go ahead and do that. Again, just fine tip brush. Little bit of paint on there. And there we go. In fact, I think what I want to do is we're going to take just a little bit of this. We're going to also put it here on her upper eyelid. So that when we come back in with the overtone flesh tone, that should come across as looking like eyeshadow. So, again, I'm going to pause for just a couple of minutes and let that all dry. All right, now then, let's work on this skin tone. Now, as I said, this is a skin tone that I have formulated myself. I can't really just share the recipe for it because it's something I've been working on for a long time in order to get it just right. But it's just that perfect combination of the things that make up the skin tones. actually got just a little bit of green pigment to it, and a little bit of pink. See, there we just outline the eye. One thing a lot of people don't realize, skin tone is actually really remarkably complex. I mean, spend time looking at anyone's skin and you'll see all kinds of awesome colors. I mean, there's blues, there's purples, sometimes you'll see little hints of yellow. And if you can see it there on the camera, those reds that I put on the cheek are just sort of peeking through. I got a lot of light on here, so it's kind of hard to see it. And I'll be adding the lipstick to actually get a nice bright lipstick color here in just a minute. And you probably can't see the little bit of blue that I did for the eye shadow is also peeking through. Now, I'm going to reveal to you a secret for getting a perfectly good black dot on your eyeball. And that is an extra fine Sharpie. Check this out. There you go. I know, it's cheating, it's a Sharpie. I don't care. It gets the black dot done. Now then, let's see, that's a nice shade of red. God, that looks brown. Of course, the fact that my shirt looks brown on the toy cam doesn't help. Okay. Do I have a smaller tip? Yeah, let's use that one to do the lipstick. I just kind of got that everywhere, didn't I? Oh, now I'm making a mess. It's okay. We'll come back in with the skin tone here in just a second. Get that fixed. Oh, goodness. Well, doesn't look nearly as bad on camera, does it? Okay. Get our skin tone back out, because I need to clean up the mess I just made on these lips. I need to. All right. Here we go. That. We'll do it. That looks good. All right. Well, I will need to clear coat this, and then we'll get it on the body, and we'll be right back with that. All right, so here we go. This is my finished Nurse Chapel. And I realized after I did the clear coat that I forgot to do the eyebrows. And so I real quick put those on. Sorry, I didn't show you how I did that. It's just a little line. You're good. But anyways, yeah, this is the completed Nurse Chapel. Love the way the hair came out. You see how the gold comes out from underneath there. Looks really good. Got a couple of other customs to show you real quick that I did along with this. Also did 7 of 9 from Voyager. The head I took and shrank it from one of the Playmates 9-inch figures. If you're not sure how to do that, got a video where I explain how to shrink heads. You should check that out. Got the bodysuit from the classic TV toys. It was the gray suit I took and I painted it with this glittery silver all over. Got some of the these were actually extra shoes left over off of what was the that witch show? I can't remember. It was a figure I'd gotten to get the clothes, some of the clothes and or the head off of for something else I can't remember now. What was it? Charmed? Yeah. The shoes were off of a Charmed figure that I just took and painted them silver and put them on there to make those work. And I got the comm badge. I made that by replicating one off of the new figures. And then another one, this was entirely classic TV Toys stuff. The green body, female body came that way. The tunic was actually sort of purple colored. I painted it gold, did sort of a sparkly gold over that. And the head was actually white skin. And I took a green Sharpie. I didn't even use paint. This is just Sharpie. Green Sharpie, and colored in all of the skin in order to get a classic Orion slave woman. And so, yeah, now I've got 3 new figures that I can add to my shelf from both original series and Voyager, because nobody else has these. So yeah, now I do. I'm sure somebody else has got something similar. I know other people have made the Nurse Chapel in different variations. This is just sort of converging original series with Strange New Worlds kind of look a little bit. But yeah, if you're looking to do something super simple and you want an Orion slave woman, this was really, really basic. They've got some like Egyptian sandals and stuff like that you could probably put with this if you wanted to. I kind of like the way that this looks as it is. Very much like the character from the cage that Vina was. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this look and making this Mego figure. I will see you next time. Until then, go make something.
If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, please like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell icon. If you want to support me, you can find me on Patreon or go over to Zazzle for prints of my artwork, t-shirts, and other cool stuff. If you're still here, why? Do you want to jam out?